Welcome into the top 5. What a day. We're back after a 3-day hiatus, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday last week, because Garrett wouldn't let me shoot these before we left because he was too overwhelmed. I'm surprised he hasn't turned my mic off yet. But no, we just had a lot to do, and then we thought, we'll do some on Radio Row, and then Radio Row is a zoo. I don't know why we thought that. It's like my 15th one there. But let's get back to the topic at hand, which was the NFL draft, as we went off to our Super Bowl adventures. Today, let's talk offensive tackles. Tomorrow, we'll talk tight ends. Let's get into it. Number 5, Josh Conerly at Oregon. This is a dude who protected Dylan Gabriel and Bo Nix with great aplomb. Unbelievable player at Oregon, a road grader and a great pass blocker, someone you'll be thrilled to have if your team needs a right or left tackle, because I believe he has position flex to which to move to either side. A very important thing in today's NFL. Number 4, Armand Membou from Mizzou. Rhyming aside on that one, this guy also protected Brady Cook very well over his time. A right tackle more so than a left tackle, but there are lots of teams that you have to have one on either side. Might have position flex, might be able to move inside to guard, but if you look at his body type here, he's lean, he's tall, long arms, good reach, great for the right side, good run back blocker, good pass blocker, probably the best overall true right tackle in the draft. Number 3, Aireontae Ersery from Minnesota. This guy on the left side, lethal. Great run blocker. Minnesota's not asking you to pass block all that much, but when he does it well. But if you want to improve your run game from the left tackle spot, this is a guy who's done that in the cold and the snow and in a power offense under P.J. Fleck at Minnesota. Big dude, gigantic tree trunks for arms and legs. He looks like an Ent from Lord of the Rings. Nerds unite. Anyway, you should draft him if you need a big, mean, angry left tackle who loves to run block. Number 2, Josh Simmons from Ohio State. Widely considered to be the number 1 in this draft, but Longhorn fans, just wait a second. I've got someone for you at number 1. But Josh Simmons, national champion, did a great job run blocking, did a great job pass blocking. There's nothing this guy can't do on the offensive line. Through several different quarterbacks, did a fantastic job at Ohio State. Played, again, with a lot of different players. A lot of different running backs, a lot of different quarterbacks, a lot of different wide receivers. Has had a lot of diversity in that offense. Different offensive coordinators year over year as well, and has done excellent in each iteration of that Ohio State offense, culminating in the win over Notre Dame for the national title. Josh Simmons, Ohio State, plug and play it right away at tackle. You do not have to worry about him. Number 1, and a guy who I could see kicking inside to guard for a little bit while he figures it out, or kicking into guard and staying at guard, but I think he's the best tackle in the draft, and that's Kelvin Banks from Texas. I did leave out Will Campbell from LSU in this. I think he's about 6th. I'm not sure where he really belongs on the offensive line. I really like him. I really like Emory Jones from LSU, but I think Kelvin Banks is the best one. And Garrett, I know you kind of have mixed feelings about Will Campbell yourself.
No, I do. I think he left some stuff to be desired on the field this season. He's going to be really good, but I have no problem with him being left off right here.
Yeah, so I left out Will Campbell. I did. So sue me. And maybe being in the state of Louisiana, and I just sucked that state dry of all the joy since I ate all the food in it. Maybe I don't feel like giving them any more of my money or credit. But Will Campbell certainly did that, and I have a feeling that something I just said is going to get clipped. Kelvin Banks from Texas. Emery's already laughing. He knows what I said. Kelvin Banks from Texas, one of the biggest reasons that the Longhorns had their renaissance. Their offensive line over the Charlie Strong and Tom Herman eras was pretty much abysmal for the most part. They had their bright spots. They had guys like Sam Cosme, Williams, like those guys were all right. Connor Williams. Those guys were good players who've become good NFL players. But for the most part, over a decade of Longhorn offensive line play, there just were not a lot of bright spots. Not a lot of guys getting drafted, and not a lot of guys getting drafted high. But when you have a tackle like Kelvin Banks that is this good and getting drafted this high, that shows the turnaround to the program that has gone on so far under Sark at Texas. Kelvin Banks, best one, run blocking, pass blocking, doesn't matter. This guy can do it all. And again, might get kicked inside the guard, but we'll see. That's going to do it for the top 5. See you tomorrow. Smokey sent us home.